people that listen to the audio version, they can't see what the sections are. So I got to say, today we're going to be talking about this, this, and this. So that way people know as they're listening, oh, I'm going to hear about these topics, right?
Okay.
So at the beginning, I might want to say, on today's show, we'll be doing our E3 wrap-up, talking about Xbox Live on Nintendo systems and games coming out this fall. I should have said that at the beginning, but I wasn't thinking.
Okay.
So,
next time.
This is episode 1.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. That's right.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to a very exciting day for 2 reasons. First reason, this is the very first episode of the Xbox Dive, actually the first official episode. My name is Jamie, and I'll be your host. The second reason that this is a very exciting day is that Chris and I, according to Facebook, it is our 1-year friend-iversary.
That's right. That's right.
Happy friend-iversary, Chris.
Happy friend-iversary, James. James, I'm good, man. Hello. I'm excited. I'm sure we'll talk about this a little bit, but Xbox Dive has kind of lived in our heads for a little while now, and we played around with it a little bit last year, and life kind of got busy. Yeah, we hit the holidays and stuff, and it was just a busy time. And coming off a pretty great E3, it's a good time to kind of launch, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be here and to get this thing started.
It's awesome because, especially, which we'll get into, well, actually, if you want our reaction from Microsoft's conference, make sure to check our YouTube page. We got a full video up from like the day of reaction, so check that out. You want to go in a little more detail specifically on Microsoft. We actually have the audio version up too. So if you subscribe to this, our episode 0 was that episode. Right. So make sure to check that out.
Yep.
As Chris mentioned, the Xbox Dive, it's been in our heads for a while. It's something we wanted to do because if you go online, and maybe it's just the circles we're in, but when you go online, there's a lot of Nintendo groups. There's a lot of PlayStation groups. And Chris and I we love our Xboxes, and we couldn't really find a place where like Xbox fans come together, just talk, have fun. There's like the Xbox Unlocked group, but outside of that, I don't really know a lot of other Xbox groups. And we wanted to make a fun place for us and our friends and anyone listening. You're our friend, and we want to just talk to you about Xbox, Microsoft, all this awesome stuff. So we created the Xbox Dive, just as a friendly safe haven for all things Xbox, if you will. That's pretty much our vision in a nutshell. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
Yeah, look, I get a lot of hate on the Life of Gaming channel all over Twitter for hating on everything. And look, there's going to be plenty of hate to pass around here. Look, I try to be a realist, but at the end of the day, you have Major Nelson, who has a great show. Yep. Very technical, but of course he's on the inside, so a lot of his show isn't as much analysis because he can't really delve into too much stuff.
Right.
And then you have Podcast Unlocked, which Ryan McCaffrey does a great job over there. Normally
listen every week.
Yeah, so it's a great show. But like outside of those two, I don't really have another Xbox podcast that I really subscribe to and I follow. And there's, like you said, there's a ton of Nintendo stuff, there's a ton of PlayStation stuff. And we're good friends with Sean Capri and with Bobby Pauls, and we kind of hang in this indie podcast circle, and there's there's a lot of Nintendo stuff. Bobby just launched his new show, which is the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast, and that just kind of got us thinking. It's like we need to have some Xbox representation in the indie scene, and we're big fans. Outside of Sean, I don't know that if there's bigger fans amongst our circle than me and you of the Xbox brand, and so I was glad to do it, and I'm excited, for starting the show and getting going.
And just as a reminder of, like I said, being a fan of Xbox, I love my Xbox. I've got a Windows 10 PC. I've got a Windows tablet. For about 2 years, I had a Windows phone. I actually love my Windows phone. People always make fun of me for that. I really enjoyed it. It just didn't have the apps. And Verizon doesn't really support it anymore, so I had to go to Android. But I support Microsoft, really enjoy it. But actually, let's kick things off real quick. We already talked, I guess. Let's get what do you want to call it? I can't think of what to call it, but to get the headlines out of the way of where to find us. As we mentioned, we have our Facebook.
Our plugs.
That's right. So go on Facebook, look for the Xbox Dive. We do have a Facebook page which has, it'll have our shows up on there and things like that. But if you want the group to talk to, make sure to look for the Xbox Dive group. We're slowly growing. We've only had up about a week. We've got about 35 people in there right now. But I mean, it's a start,
That's good, man.
and we'd love to have a lot more of you in there. So go make sure to check that out. As we said, we also have a YouTube page and a Twitter page at the Xbox Dive.
Yep.
Another great reason to check out our Facebook group. We have polls going on all the time. And right now we have a poll up, what is your favorite game that was shown at E3? So if you want to vote on that, go and check it out. Also, a couple quick shout outs. Like I said, we've only had the group up a week. However, we've had, a few people in there really, helping us out and making the community feel alive. First, we want to give a shout out to Andrew Swan. He's been in our group sharing a lot of links, but also a lot of photos. He went to E3 this year. So you want to see what E3 looks like on the show floor, and pick Andrew's brain out about that. Come to the Xbox Dive Facebook group. Also, I just want to give another shout out to Jacob Garr and Andrew Gonzalez, you guys as well. You've all been, fantastic at just, helping us build this community. We're very thankful for that.
Yeah, our vision for the show, and even kind of coming back to the name, if you haven't already kind of figured it out, the idea of the Xbox Dive, when me and Jamie started talking was, these small towns all across America and probably all across the world have these little, whether they're restaurants or whether they're bars or just local hangout spots that are kind of they're not the most professional places in the world, but it's just where you congregate. We used to have, I know growing up, we used to have this little strip mall, and that most of the stores had broken glass and were all kind of crummy, and but like on Friday night, when we were in high school, like that was the place that you would just hang out in the parking lot, and that was kind of the idea, is like just a dive place, just a place that we're not trying to be professional. We're never going to show up in a suit and tie. We're never going to, like that. That's not who we are. We just want to be a place that you can have some good conversation and really kind of express, your love and your support for a brand. And we love Xbox, and we want it to be that kind of a place. So we always joke around. We're like, just pull up a stool or pull up a chair,
that's right,
and dive in. And that's what we're hoping you guys can do with us. So
right. So so as we mentioned, we just want you to help us grow this as a brand and just as friendship. This is something we really enjoy, and we want your feedback as well. So if you like the show, go on. We've got the audio version up on iTunes, be on Google Play soon. Go on and rate us. That will be awesome. But of course, you want to hear the rest of the show first before you give us any ratings. Because who knows, you might not like it. If you don't like it, we want to know. We want your feedback to make it better.
Yes.
But we're going to kick things off. This week was obviously E3. That just ended. As we mentioned before, go to our YouTube page, check out our reactions from Microsoft. But for today, I thought what we'd talk about, we just have kind of a wrap-up conversation of the show because a lot happened. I mean, there were so many conferences. Yeah. And with them stretching it out, now it starts on Saturday and goes to Tuesday.
A lot of stuff, man.
It's so much. With EA starting Saturday and then Nintendo ending Tuesday, it's a lot. Now, I will say, I don't know if you agree with me or not, I really miss having it all in like one day. Because over the years, that Monday, that E3 Monday, I would always have a bunch of friends over, like, 12, 15 guys. We'd sit on the couch, order some pizzas, and from like 10 a.m. when Microsoft had their conference till Sony ended their conference at like midnight, we would literally just sit there, watch. We'd be, celebrating and freaking out and yelling at each other, and it was so exciting and awesome. And I feel like it's kind of lost some of that hype stretching out among so many days.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I used to take off that Monday.
Yeah, me too.
And it was fun. Even last year was okay because Bethesda just went Sunday night, so it was nice, kind of pull, just kind of, lounge on the couch, watched Bethesda, went to bed, took off, and then got up and just all day, just, we were writing. So it was just, news story after news story and writing and listening and watching. And it was a lot of fun. And then of course Nintendo would always go Tuesday and that would be fine. But, yeah, I mean, I agree that I do miss the being able to kind of to take it almost like an event, like a 1-day event, and so spreading it out is really hard. Especially like I have kids, so setting aside 3 or 4 hours for like multiple days at a time is a little taxing. But
Sure.
But yeah, so
Because you can just lock them in a closet for one day.
that's right,
You'd be
that's right.
fine, right?
Just put some water in there, some
put some
Cheerios,
crackers and some water.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, let's kick things off with the conferences themselves.
Okay.
What would you say was your favorite conference? Because, like I said, EA was Saturday and Bethesda was EA was Saturday.
Yeah, Bethesda was Sunday.
Bethesda was Sunday.
Ubi was Monday.
That's right. And Microsoft
was Sunday.
Microsoft Sunday. That's right. Okay.
Ubi and
Sony.
Ubi and Sony were on
Sunday.
Sunday. We were on
Yeah.
Monday. So to be honest, I don't think anybody necessarily had a bad conference.
Right.
I think EA is getting a lot of hate. I actually liked a lot of what EA did. EA has the problem that I like to call the douchebag problem. Which is they have
one
just,
way to put it.
Yeah, they just have horrible hosts, and they have they had that YouTube guy come up.
That was really awkward too.
Yeah, to do Need for Speed, and that was awful. But then they had crap, and I was gonna remember her name, and I can't remember. But they had the lead girl come out from Star Wars Battlefront 2, and she looked great. She had like this custom made dress with the little red from the Inferno, on the shoulder, and she was captivating, and she was great. But I thought EA did good. Bethesda I thought had the weakest showing.
Oh man, we're totally against each other on that one because I loved Bethesda. Bethesda Land was so good.
But I thought the presentation was good. I thought the actual content was really.
Oh
lacking.
man, of Bethesda show, we got Wolfenstein, we got The Evil Within 2, we got. Now. I'm not a huge fan of Skyrim. I'm a Fallout guy, right? There's always two people, Skyrim or Fallout, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Fallout guy. But, they showed off Skyrim on the Switch, which I won't buy. But, showing what, putting Nintendo stuff in it and things like that. But, I really enjoyed Bethesda. It was one of probably in the top 2 conferences for me. Almost everything in there outside of the VR stuff, because I don't have VR, I loved.
Yeah. There was absolutely nothing they showed that I would play. There's not one
that's
single
because you're a lazy
game.
bum and you don't like fun games. So what can you do about that?
No, I just mean like there's absolutely nothing on there. There was nothing on their show that I thought was worth playing at all. But I will say that they had my favorite moment of E3 with that reel at the front with the kids talking about the parents that worked at Bethesda.
Yeah.
I thought that was so good. Microsoft, which we have a whole podcast about Microsoft. Microsoft, I thought did excellent. I have some concerns about Microsoft, but it wasn't about the actual the presentation. Mm-hmm. I thought that Phil was great. Just great games. A lot of exclusivity. Some of it's not obviously console exclusive. We're getting a lot of launch stuff, but again, just a lot of good content. I will say, if I was, go ahead.
No, I was going to say of Microsoft, because the more I think about it and what each conference offered, what games they've offered, what I got to see at each show, minute for minute, I think. As of right now, because I'm kind of hopping around in my head every once in a while, I think Microsoft had my favorite conference. Just for the fact that it was over 90 minutes, it was 42 games. Was it 46? I think it was 42. They had a lot of games, and 22 either exclusive or timed exclusive. Yeah. And almost everything they showed, I want to play. Outside of that Dorbs in Space game, don't care. But majority of what they showed, I was really, really excited for.
Yeah.
Like, they ended on Anthem, and going back and watching Anthem in 4K, I'm like,
so
my
good.
gosh.
Oh.
And with Anthem, Digital Foundry went and, analyzed the footage and all that, and they said, this is running on, it's not on a PC, it is running on the Xbox One X.
Awesome. Because
of the way it was rendered, and then some of this checkered rendering, where like things are farther away to become, like it's not as sharp, that kind of thing, to make it run smoother on the Xbox One X. But they said this is totally plausible that this is, in fact, running on the Xbox One X current hardware. And like what they showed with Assassin's Creed, I loved Assassin's Creed, but I was a little iffy on it. But when I saw it on the E3 conference and how sharp it looked and how fun it looked, I'm like, oh, like everything they showed at Xbox, I was so hyped.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I would easily argue that it was the best first party conference for sure. So moving on, then I would say that my favorite conference I think is Ubisoft. I thought Ubisoft was fantastic. I thought that they brought a very good selection, a wide variety of content. I thought that they showed a lot of passion. I love that they brought Miyamoto out. I thought, which is a great way to kind of start that conference. So they have more of the games than any other company that I want to play.
Oh, okay.
I really, except for Just Dance and Steep.
Sure.
But
sure.
Nowhere's gonna have everything. But I loved it. I thought Ubi was
right.
great. I thought Ubisoft was great.
I love the opening for Ubisoft. See, for me, Ubisoft wasn't as high because I'm the opposite. Like, and that's one thing we love about just gaming in general is that everybody has their own taste, right? And most of what Ubisoft showed wasn't up my alley. Like, and I know this is an Xbox podcast, but, a lot of people talk about the Rabbids game, things like that. I probably won't be picking that up. And, like I said, I'm not a fan of Steep.
It looks great.
Don't care about Just Dance. Is Need for Speed, was that EA?
That's EA.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to think of all the things Ubisoft showed.
We have Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 5.
Right. And see, I'm not a big Far Cry guy either. That's my problem. Like, I'm super hyped for Assassin's Creed. I am super excited for that.
So good.
Far Cry 5. I know you and Brant are very high on that. Brant is our other co-host on Life of Gaming, but he's really hyped on that too. But he's a PlayStation guy, so we'll push him off to the side. He goes sit in the corner.
They showed Skull and Bones, which I thought was great.
Yeah. Although the more I think about it, personally, I think I'm still more excited for Sea of Thieves.
I agree.
For the fact that Skull and Bones is on the ship only.
Always, yeah. It's just naval. Yeah, it's just naval combat, but you can have both. It's okay to have both. And that's what's important.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
I will say that my sleeper hit of E3, Starlink.
Starlink. Which one was that?
Starlink was the game where you have the toy spaceships that you put on your controller.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh man, I know
you're a big Toys to Life guy.
But listen, it looks like a cross between Rogue Squadron and Star Fox, mixed with a little bit of No Man's Sky. But the more you read about it, there like you can traverse the planet at like a hover mode, like close to the ground where you're shooting enemies and stuff, and then instantly you can just enter the atmosphere and fly out into space, go to another planet. There's no on foot stuff, so that's where it differs from No Man's Land. So you're always in the ship, but dude, it looks whatever. No man's crap, whatever. But dude, that game looks so good. It like the more that I've read about it, the more I've seen about it. That game does it for me. So Ubisoft for me, hands down, had the best conference. But I thought Microsoft was also excellent. But like I said, I don't think anybody was bad. I thought they were all good.
That's the interesting thing about this year. I mean, since we're an Xbox podcast, I don't think we'll really touch on Sony or Nintendo. But like you said, this E3, there was not a bad conference. Because most years, there's a conference that's just bad. It's either way too long, it's slow, it's like they don't show what you want to see. Every single show had something.
Yeah, it was good.
And one thing I noticed this E3 that I love just about games in general and just E3 is that no matter what conference it was, no matter what kind of a fanboy you are, Xbox, Nintendo, Sony, whatever, there is some reaction video of someone online
crying,
either watching Sony, watching Xbox, watching Nintendo, and they're just grinning like from ear to you can't.
Oh, I thought you were saying crying because
no.
I love the videos of the people that see Metroid Prime 4, like a graphic that my grandma made in her basement, and they're crying like little children. Those are my favorite
that game's
videos.
Gonna be great, but
it's not a game.
Everybody just loves what they love.
Yeah, it's great.
Like we're Xbox guys, right?
Yeah,
so we love what Xbox showed. But it just cracked me up because I saw a video the other day of someone react to the Sony conference, and they were like grinning ear to ear, and they were super excited. For me, there wasn't as much there, but I just realized everybody loves something. There's something for everybody at E3, and that is awesome.
Yeah. Well, and we just talked about it. I'm more of a Ubi guy. You're more of a Bethesda guy, but they both were fantastic shows. They were great.
Right. And I guess we kind of already covered this, kind of comparing it to past E3s. But to end this topic, let's just talk about what was your favorite game shown
On Microsoft stage or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know. I liked the demo of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, okay.
I thought it looked great. I'm still
Are you in the alpha?
I'm not. No,
Okay, I
unfortunately.
am. Okay.
So I have a couple of red flags with Sea of Thieves. The first one is I can't really function with underwater games. I have a hard time swimming in open water. My hands get sweaty. I get nervous. I have to let my 8-year-old, get me to shore. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna actually do.
I think you can get rowboats though. I'm pretty sure you can.
That's fine. That's fine. Everybody else will be swimming to shore, and I'll be there with my rowboat. Wait for me, guys. The other thing is, we talked about this a little bit on the recap, but I need to be able to do something if I'm by myself. It doesn't have to be. Sure. I mean, I understand it's a 4-player game, and I understand that's going to be the basis of it. But I need to be able to do something, whether it's just run around and collect coconuts, or do target practice with skeletons. I don't care what it is. I need to be able to load it up. If I want to kill 30 minutes and do something if I'm by myself. So they haven't showed that. I don't know if that's gonna be in there. I really hope that it is. But every time I see that game, I'm incredibly intrigued by it.
Sure.
So I'll say that as an honorable mention. I think Anthem was just fantastic.
Yes.
They did the reveal on Saturday at EA, and then Sunday, Microsoft ended their conference with it, and just to see how amazing, and I watched it in 4K, so I got to see it in real time while they were doing it. It looked it's like nothing I've ever seen before, and
it's so gorgeous.
And I love BioWare. I love Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series. So everything screams right up my alley. So I'll give that an honorable mention. My favorite game. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I always make this comparison though. It reminds me of Dark Void with the jetpacks. Because the way you fly and the way your feet kind of dangle in the air looks just like Dark Void. People didn't like Dark Void. I enjoyed Dark Void. It's backwards compatible on Xbox One. Just saying.
You call me when it's a games with gold, and I'll give it a shot. And maybe it will be. Maybe they're like, that Jamie guy keeps talking about this game. Let's give it away for free.
Too bad Airtight Games actually on tangent. It was Airtight Games, right?
I have no idea.
But they made Dark Void. They made oh my gosh, I can't think of it. It was a puzzle game on Xbox One.
Hexic.
No.
Tetris.
I can't remember what it was called. No, but it was a game where you change gravity. So like you're in the scientist lab, and like you make things fluffy, or you make things heavy, you make things light. Something Conundrum.
Oh, Quantum Conundrum. Yeah,
they made that.
It was kind of like
They also
Portal-esque.
made
that was actually a great game.
What was that game? Murder Soul Suspect. Like they made some really good games. But then they just kind of went bankrupt, and they just kind of fell apart. But
going bankrupt is always bad for your business.
Right.
So my favorite game shown, hands down, Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's everything that I want.
I asked for one game, gave us 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Right.
There was just so much. I will say the winner of E3 is games. There were so many great games shown. But if I had to pick one, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is everything that I want. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Battlefront 1. The one thing I really wanted, which we just talked about with Sea of Thieves, was single-player content. I want to be able to do... And they actually had like some skirmishes and stuff that you could do solo. So I did a lot of that stuff, which was great to have in there. But now having a proper single-player campaign where you're playing as the Empire, which is fantastic. They didn't really have any videos of the actual demo, but there were people that went on with the single player demo, and so you can read some articles about it. You start in a TIE fighter and you're in a dogfight, and then you land on a Republic cruiser, and then you take to your to your first person shooting, and you go like, it's everything I want. Like absolutely, I cannot wait for that game.
Sure. For me, as far as games go, first honorable mention I want to say, I never played the original till just this week. Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Oh,
that
man.
game looks absolutely beautiful.
So good.
The way they're playing piano with the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm playing through Ori for the first time now. I am absolutely in love with this game.
Yes.
And actually, speaking of this game, I was playing it. My wife's like, that music is so pretty. It's so magical. And she was asking me what I was playing. and she actually went on Amazon and bought the
Oh
soundtrack
wow,
for Ori and the
yeah,
Blind Forest because she
it's
loved the
great.
music
It's
so much.
great music.
And I'm like, yeah, so it's
Ori's
fantastic.
so good.
Um, Talking about a game that I did a total 180 on, that I mean, I knew it was coming. I was, interested in it. Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't show. I don't think it showed well on
No.
the actual Microsoft conference.
No.
But if you watch Xbox Daily, I think is what it was called, the
Yes.
live show
Xbox
they did every
Daily.
day.
Yep.
The footage from that game looks like a blast. Like
It
I
looks
am
good.
so excited
Yeah.
because I'm ready for an open world platforming, kind of superhero-ish type game. You
Shootings.
can
Yeah.
just jump over buildings, you can blow stuff up.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Crackdown 3.
Yep.
It is going to be so good.
Yep.
But the game that I'm probably most excited for, you already mentioned Anthem. I'm also super excited for that, and Sea of Thieves. But since you didn't say this one, I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
I
Great.
love Assassin's Creed. Love it. I know it's going to take full advantage of Xbox One X because I will be picking one of those up. I'm still waiting for pre-orders to open. When will these pre-orders open? I've got my money saved up. I'm ready to roll. But I watched the footage in 4K at home. I'm like, this is one of the prettiest games. It looks so gorgeous.
It looks good.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. For
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
I love Assassin's Creed. We talk about this a lot. I mean, AC3 pulled me completely out of the series. I did like Black Flag, which is why I'm excited for Skull and Bones. But I just started playing Syndicate. Because I had a friend
that's probably my second favorite Assassin's Creed game. That game's so good.
Yeah, I had a friend that had it, and actually he's on the Facebook group. Ben, he let me borrow his copy, so I'm playing through that, which is really really good. So that's kind of already got me excited. And then they showed Origins, and Origins looks. I mean, you got the Nile River, and you got crocodiles, and you got flying. You're flying your eagle, and you're sliding down pyramids. Like, sign me up. This game's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But okay, guys. What games are you most excited for at E3? Make sure to check out our Facebook page. Let us know. If you're watching the YouTube version of this, comment, down in the comments down below, because we want to know, guys. We want to get your feedback and find out what you guys are excited for. With E3 this year, some really interesting facts came out. I know this is an Xbox show, but right now we're going to take some time and talk about Nintendo.
Dun, dun, dun.
One of the big announcements at this year's show is crossplay. So games like Minecraft and Rocket League, you'll be able to play between Xbox, PC, and of course Minecraft. You also have mobile and on Switch. So all these games can play with each other, which is absolutely awesome. Now, the interesting thing, the thing that's linking all these things together is Xbox Live. In order for a Nintendo platform, so Switch, to play with Xbox players, they have to make an Xbox Live account. Now, I thought that was kind of strange. Like, it kind of excited me. Like, that's really awesome. Because I kind of saw it as a gateway into the Xbox system. We've got some friends, like Jacob Rush, who he loves Nintendo. He only plays Nintendo. He doesn't play any other systems. He only owns Nintendo, home consoles and handhelds. But, could this be a way of someone saying, I've been playing Nintendo for a while, but, I want to play Assassin's Creed. Like, just assuming it's not coming to Switch because, they announced everything but Switch. So let's say he says, I want to play Assassin's Creed. What if I want to buy another system, what should I get? Well, if you're playing Minecraft or Rocket League, you already have an Xbox Live account. Why not keep it going, right?
That's
and
right.
Just kind of build on that infrastructure because you already have that progress there. I mean, first of all, before we even talk about anything else, what do you think about this partnership between Nintendo and Xbox? I mean, you see this as kind of strange?
No, I mean, I think this is fantastic. I don't know if you're aware of this. iPhone did something similar to this as well.
Okay.
So there are a couple of iPhone games, like they have the two Halo games, that are like the Spartan Attack or Spartan Assault and something else. But they're like the twin stick shooter games.
They're not very good, but yes.
This doesn't matter. They're on iOS.
Right.
Connectimals 1 and Connectimals 2 are on iOS.
Oh, okay.
there's a word game, Word Snap or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yep, yep.
Is on iOS, and those are all Microsoft Studios games, and obviously you have Minecraft now too. Now, from my understanding, and I actually haven't played Minecraft in a long time on my phone, but back when I would play Word Snap or the other games, you have to log in to, not only do you have to log in, but there are a couple of games that actually let you earn achievements. I've earned
Oh,
achievements on
for your
my
iPhone.
iPhone for
Oh,
my
cool.
Xbox Live account. So this brings a much bigger layer to this, which Phil Spencer actually said in an interview when he was asked about this,
Hmm.
that he would love to have achievements on the Nintendo Switch. Now
That would be amazing.
this is
Yeah.
something that the Switch, the Nintendo still has yet to address. That Microsoft led with on the 360, and then Sony finally caught up with the trophies. But Nintendo still has yet to do this. So
Hmm.
how cool! This actually even adds a layer to what you were talking about. Let's use Jacob Brush. Jacob, by the way,
Sure.
I hope you're watching.
Yeah, hope so. We know your
Please,
love for Xbox.
yeah, please share the video since
Right, right,
we've already plugged you twice. So share the
right.
video with your friends, all right? But let's say Jacob, now he does buy Rocket League for the Switch. Not only does he have to create an account to be able to play online, and it may not be Rocket League as much because Rocket League isn't owned by Microsoft.
Oh,
But
sure,
let's just
sure.
say Minecraft, right? So he gets Minecraft in order to play. He's going to have to log in with a live account. Now let's say he does that, and then he starts earning achievements. So now not only when he makes a decision to buy a HD console does he have to think about, well, I already have an account, but then he also has to think about, hey, I already have like 300 gamer score. As soon as I buy this console day one, I already have something to show for what I've been doing. So that's super super cool too. What I like about this, and I said this, and this is kind of where maybe we can kind of steer the conversation before
Sure.
we leave. But one of the things that I've said, and I said this a couple years ago, I guess for the first time, is I really see Microsoft moving Xbox to a service. And what I mean by that is I could almost see Xbox becoming Netflix, if you will, in that you can download Xbox on your iPhone, you can download Xbox on your Switch, you can download Xbox pretty much anywhere except for your PlayStation 4, and be able to maybe play specific games, maybe be able to activate parties, something, but I almost see Xbox becoming a much wider service, and them really pushing that, because I don't think Microsoft has made their money and made their business on being a services company.
Sure.
They really just got into making hardware recently with the Surface line.
Hmm.
They made phones and that failed, so they stopped doing that. And then they made the Xbox pretty consistently now for a decade or so. But really, if you think about it, like, they're built on the back of Windows and Office, and those are service platforms that I can download Word on my phone, I can
Right.
download it on my computer, I can download it on my Mac, I can download it anywhere that that I need it.
Right. And with Office specifically, now the way it's set up, you don't buy Office anymore. You pay a monthly fee.
That's right.
Right. I mean, that's the way things are going.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, they're launching Game Pass, and
Yeah.
Game
Right.
Pass is
Another
a
fee
great
or
feature.
service.
It's $9.99. I mean, I could see a world in the future, where you pay whatever $30 a month or $20 a month, whatever it is, and you get like a TV type service with Xbox, and you get a music type service with Xbox, and you get access to games, and then it can be played on your PC or on your, which you
Right.
basically
Play
can
anywhere.
do now,
Right.
play anywhere.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about extending that to other platforms. What if you could have an Xbox app on your Switch that would stream your Xbox games to your Switch? Microsoft wouldn't have to make a portable system. They could just utilize the connections that they're making.
Yeah, but with that, especially with streaming, if you look at something, I know this Xbox show, but PlayStation Now, right? Streaming service.
Sure.
And from what I've heard, when you stream, because Brant, we've talked with him about this, the graphics aren't as sharp and there's a slight lag. So I mean, you really wouldn't get the best experience doing it like a Netflix service. If you want the full 4K package deal, no lag, you'd want the actual hardware itself.
Yeah, but that's what you're gonna buy. But what I'm
Right, that's
getting,
the Xbox,
what
right.
but what I'm getting at is sometimes I just want to sit in my bed and I want to play Gears on my laptop
Sure.
because I don't want to, get up and have to get all my stuff, set up. So I just
Sure.
stream it. Does it look as
Yeah.
good? No. Does it lag every now and then? Yeah. Do I care?
But it
No,
works.
because I'm laying in my bed with a laptop and a controller
Right.
playing Gears.
But
So
you're streaming from the actual Xbox itself.
and I'm sorry, and that's what I meant.
Okay, I thought you meant more like PlayStation Now, where you can just stream it over the internet from some source.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but you're saying use the Xbox itself as a hub,
yeah,
and to stream the Xbox out to other.
Exactly.
Screens.
Why not? I'm just saying. I said a long time ago that
Mark it, stamp it in the book.
we did. Let's see. No, actually, I think it may have been last year's E3. One of my predictions was they were going to announce streaming to iOS. Because you can do it to your Surface tablet, you can do it to your PC.
Sure.
Not hard. It would have to work with Apple. But imagine having an iPad Pro with an Xbox app where you could stream your Xbox games locally to your iPad Pro and play there.
Sure.
Now
right now, I was say with the Xbox app, you can stream to the PC app, you can stream to the Surface app. But if you have the Xbox app on something else, you currently can't stream to them. Now, they have talked about in the past that possibly becoming a possibility. So they are heading in that direction.
Yeah. So I think that this is anyway. To kind of cap this off, back to what we started with, I think this is a step in that direction where Microsoft is trying to play friendly with everybody because I think they want to become more of a service. They're always going to have the Xbox. You can always go out and buy the Xbox, just like you can always go out and buy the Surface. But if you want to buy an Asus, or if you want to buy an HP, or if you want to buy a Dell, or if you want to buy a Mac and you want to load Windows on
it, buy a Dell?
You could. I don't, but somebody does. But whatever it is, you can put Office on it, you can put Windows on it, and they want you to be able to put Xbox on it. And I think that that's going to be, and I think that this is just one small step to doing that. And I'm glad that Nintendo. So again, it's not a Nintendo podcast. I'm glad Nintendo is willing to do that because Sony is very staunch on their stance, and they're refusing to work with Microsoft. And Nintendo is a Japanese company as well. They're very traditional. They have every right to be like, we're not working with an American company. But the fact that Nintendo is willing to kind of meet them in the middle and make this happen is super, super cool.
Absolutely. And just to tie up this topic, do you think, now I know this is a long shot, right? But this means we know Xbox Live works on a Switch, right?
That's right.
But Nintendo is pushing out their online service, right? They were supposed to come out this year. Now they're pushing it back, now saying 2018. What is the possibility of Xbox Live powering Nintendo's online service? I know it's a long shot, but you never know.
Look, the possibility is near zero.
Right.
However, let's just say this. They have pushed it back. They've given themselves a cushion, right? Minecraft is supposed to get updated this summer, so that's in the next couple of months. So what happens if Live does do good and Nintendo's like, holy crap, maybe we just make this work, dude? Yeah. I do think it's a far shot, but I think it would be a total win for Nintendo.
But if you look at it, Nintendo's online service has always been pretty bad.
It's always been bad.
3DS, Wii U. I mean, I love Nintendo. I always buy their consoles, but their online service is always horrible. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. You never know. But what do you guys think? Do you think Nintendo should work with Microsoft in more ways than just doing Xbox Live and Minecraft? Where is Xbox going? Is it going to become a service? Let us know. Like we said, find our Facebook group, talk to us there, tweet at us, which is also awesome, or comment down below if you're watching the YouTube video. That would be awesome. Now, E3 is officially over, but now we're looking between now and the end of the year. There were a lot of really, really awesome E3 games, shown off at the show. But, what are we looking forward to for the fall? What games are you most excited for? Because I know we went ahead and kind of dug through what games are coming out.
That's right.
I guess just kind of kick things off, man. Like, what are you excited to see this fall?
I mean, I have a lot of things I'm excited for, James. This is look. E3 was nothing but games and just
Right.
great games.
It's amazing.
I am most excited for Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's November. I'm so super pumped for that. One thing I'm not excited for is the exact same day that Battlefront 2 comes out, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 also comes out. And
That is not games I think would really compete with each other.
they will compete with my time, because those are
Sure,
probably the
sure.
two games that I'm most looking forward to this fall,
Uh,
and they're coming out on the exact same day. So
yeah.
so it's gonna be a busy November for me.
Actually, talking about games, colliding, November, I think it's 27th, we get Wolfenstein and we get Assassin's Creed, I believe, are on the same day. And if
Yep.
you're a Nintendo fan, Mario Odyssey is in there too. But I mean, it's crazy that both those games I'm so excited for are coming out on the
Yeah.
same day. I'm like, and plus or no, it's October. Sorry, not November, October 27th.
Yeah.
Because the week after, November 7th, that's what I was thinking. November 7th, the Xbox One X comes out. So I'm like, how am I gonna have money for all this? I can't buy Wolfenstein and buy Assassin's Creed and get a One X. I just can't. I'm gonna have to find a way because all my money's going to my X right now, right? But
That's right.
and then one game I'm super excited for, which I don't think I mentioned in an earlier topic, Evil Within 2. I am so excited for this. I know you don't like the spookies. You call them
Yeah, I
spookies.
don't,
You don't like the spookies.
No, I don't like them.
But the trailer for that game was amazing. I love the first game. I love the psychological horror they have in that game. Like
Yeah.
some games just zombies shoot bang bang. That's it. This game messes with your head.
Yeah.
I love it. And it comes
Absolutely
out
not.
Friday the 13th, October Friday the 13th.
Absolutely
which
not.
is awesome. I am so hyped for that game.
No, absolutely not. Let's do this. I actually made a list.
Oh, you made a whole list.
I,
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad idea just to run through this real quick, and then we
Sure.
can kind of comment and then we'll kind of cap it off. So
Okay.
I started the list at August.
Okay.
Just to kind of pick
Hit me with it.
a round starting time. Tacoma comes out August 2nd.
Now, that's for the people that made Gone Home. It's
yes.
just pretty much Gone Home in space.
Yes. Yep.
It looks really cool because you can see kind of not shadows, but recordings of people in the past. You gotta kind of it's kind of a mystery. It's
Yeah. So it's
it
a
together.
first person experience kind of game, like Gone Home or what is the Dear Esther, games like that where you're walking around first person trying to kind of check things out. The whole premise is you arrive to a space station, something's went wrong, nobody's there, and so it has a really advanced system that records everything that happens on it. So as you go into a room, you can play back what happens, and then what you actually do is you can follow. So let's say that 4 of the people are in the room talking, and then all 4 of them decide to go their own separate ways. You can follow. You can only follow one at a time. So you're following one guy to see or one person to see where they go, but to get the rest of the story, you have to now come back, rewind back, and then follow the next person and the next person, and kind of put the story together that way. So it looks very cool. It's great. It is a timed exclusive. There is no date for PlayStation at all given, but there is the possibility. I mean, it will probably just like Gone Home. Gone Home actually
Right.
started
Now,
as a PC and a PS4 exclusive.
I was gonna say Gone Home
Yeah.
started on PS4.
Yeah,
right,
so this
and
is
came
kind of
to Xbox.
kind of
The
flip
opposite.
flop. Yeah.
Yep.
So so the same week, or I'm sorry, the next week, August 8th, we have Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. So
Super excited for that.
Yeah, that's
It's 7,
so
8,
great.
9, and 10, I believe.
Yeah. It looks good.
Love me some Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man Legacy, the first one was great. August 15th, you mentioned that you were kind of excited for this. Agents of Mayhem. This is
Yes.
from the Borderland people, right?
No, this is from the
No.
people that
Oh,
made
Saints Row. That's right, Saints Row people.
It's pretty much just super crazy Saints Row, and it looked great.
Yeah.
Third-person shooter looks fantastic.
It definitely isn't my cup of tea, but I do like the big guy that looks like Maui from Moana, because he's got like an anchor is
Sure.
his weapon, so I'm down
Yeah.
with that. Also on the 15th we have Sonic Mania. Now
Yep.
Sonic Mania is getting a lot of love. It's kind of a throwback to the old 2D style
We all
Sonic.
know your love.
I absolutely hate Sonic. Sonic is a pile of garbage, a pile
I'm
of
excited.
trash. I wish that Sony would buy Sonic, so then everything that I hate would be just at one place. Okay, August 22nd, Madden NFL 17.
That'll be great.
Is it? No, 18. Sorry, Madden 18. They are introducing a story mode for the first time.
Yep.
Did you watch this trailer at E3?
Because I missed the first like 5 minutes of the conference because we had a graduation party to go to,
Okay,
and
all right.
I was like rushing to get home, right?
It
But I still missed the first five
it
minutes.
looks good, man. It looks like Friday Night Lights
Mhm.
meets Madden. It looks super cool. Really, I mean, what else do you need in Madden? I mean, the game's already
Sure.
amazing. Add a story mode, great. Then August 29th is a game called Hello Neighbor. Now I put this in here for two reasons. Number one, it's a timed exclusive, so it's coming out on Xbox and PC first. But then number two, it looks really sinking cool. It's kind of like a almost like a stealth horror game, but basically it's got like this goofy art. Have you seen this game?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Oh, it looks so good. So it has like a goofy art style, and your neighbor has something funky's going on. So you're trying to break into his house to figure out what's going on. It just looks all kind of bonkers, and,
Should be
and
fun.
I love stuff like that. August 31st, Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Now, I'm excited for this one. I really loved the first Life is Strange. This one, I need to see more because one, it's not made by Don't Nod. It's not made by the original team. It's made by a B team. It doesn't have the same voice actors for Chloe
Yep.
because there's a voice actor strike going on, so she didn't get to record any of the vocals. There's no Max in it at all, so that means there's no powers at all. But the main attraction for Life is Strange was not the powers; it was the story. So I'm hoping I'm still going to buy it. I'm still excited to play it,
Yeah.
but I've got my doubts on it. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess I'm more worried about it being a prequel. I mean, since we kind of know what happens, like the intrigue there is a little lost. So
Now,
it'll be interesting.
Don't Nod is actually working on a sequel right now, so we are getting two more Life is Strange games.
Sure.
We're just getting the prequel first.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, now we're into September. September 6th, a little game called Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I tweeted about this, and then you tweeted me back, so let's just talk about this for a second.
Sure.
Destiny 2 is going to run on PC at 60 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to do it on Xbox One.
Right.
And so
For Xbox One X.
for Xbox One X. And so I feel like that's 100% due to the exclusive rights that PlayStation has, and it makes me mad, and I'm not going to play it.
Now, Bungie came out and said otherwise. They said we're just, getting the most out of each system. Although the whole reason this whole rumor started, I think it was GameSpot. Some site wrote about how they heard there was a deal going down with Sony where Sony said that Bungie had to guarantee the best version of the game outside of PC ran on PS4 Pro.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can have conjecture all day long. That absolutely happened. There's no world in Sony being shown up at E3 with a better console didn't put those things in there. And it's there, and we don't have to talk about it anymore. But I'm not playing Destiny, so
Sure. Now, we do know that Xbox One X can do 4K 60 frames because the new Forza is playing 4K 60 frames.
Yes.
Now, I know they're two totally different games. One's a shooter, one's a car game. So, don't. I'm not trying to steer the conversation one way. I'm just saying we know that certain games will do it.
That's right. All right, so moving on. 9/15 NBA 2K18. You play the NBA games?
Nope.
Okay, I don't care.
Not a basketball fan. No.
September 19th, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Now, I was excited at first, but the feedback coming from people saying it's not that good.
It looks like garbage.
I think the problem with it right now, I wouldn't say garbage. The problem with it right now is that it's too similar to past games. They said there's nothing really new, and they said the story mode isn't very good. They said the voice acting is pretty bad. The story is not original. But I think the biggest problem for this game is it's coming out at a time where there are fighters everywhere. Injustice 2 is amazing. I absolutely love Injustice 2.
Yeah.
I just reviewed Tekken 7 for We the Nerdy. So, I mean, there's all these fighting games. Just boom, 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 boom. All these fighting games are coming out now, which are all really strong. They're all very, very good. So, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has a lot to live up to. Plus, we have that Dragon Ball Z trailer, and everyone's talking about
my
that.
gosh, I love
and
that.
not Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, I have no interest in that game. All right, September 26th, FIFA 18. You FIFA guy?
I don't care for soccer. Outside of playing as a little kid, don't follow soccer.
All right, one of our only exclusives of the year drops on September 29th. James, you know what game that is?
A little game called Cuphead.
That's right.
A game
Now
I've been waiting for like 4 years for.
That's right. Now listen, me and
Oh
James
my
are going to be
gosh.
co-oping
I'm so
this
excited
game.
for this.
Now this is important. Okay, if you're listening or if you're watching, this is important. I need you to go to the Facebook our Facebook group, because me and James are going to co-op this, and we can't decide which one of us should be Cuphead and which one of us should be Mugman. So I need you to go onto the Facebook group and let us know who should be Cuphead, who should be Mugman. All right?
Right, and obviously I should be Cuphead though. We'll cut it there and move on. I'm so excited for this. It looks so gorgeous. It's gonna be super hard. Actually, talking about hard games though, I didn't realize how hard Ori and the Blind Forest is. There's certain parts in that game just
when you're escaping out of the boss areas.
Yeah, and you forget about saving every once in a while. Like I'll play a big chunk of game because most games autosave, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, tangent. Go ahead.
All right, we got Cuphead. On the same day, we're getting our other first exclusive for the fall. So that's September 29th, and that's Forza 7. Are you gonna play Forza?
Probably not, just because of the fact I like the Horizon games. They're more arcadey.
Same
as
way.
far as sim racers go, I'm just not a big sim racing guy.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It looks gorgeous. I feel like racing games are, if you want to show off your 4K set, if you want to show off what your Xbox One X can do, buy Forza 7.
That's true. Nope, I'm with you.
Even if you're not a big racing game fan, that's the game to buy.
Look, that 4K trailer that they showed looked amazing. But I prefer Forza Horizon. This fall it's going to get a 4K patch, so I'll just play that. Sure. All right, now moves into October. October 10th, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I know you said you're not a Lord of the Rings guy. I'm super pumped for this game. This game looks great. The problem with this, which you mentioned earlier, is that money's already going to be thin. Shadow of War is probably not going to be a day one pickup for me, just simply because there are so many other games I want to pick up this fall. So that'll probably be either maybe a Christmas game that I get for Christmas, or something that I pick up next year when it's a little cheaper. So
sure.
All right, Friday the 13th, October 13th.
Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2.
I'm so excited for that. It's going to be so awesome. I already mentioned about how much I love that game in an earlier topic, but I'm so excited for this game. It's going to be
great. So you have, October 17th, we have South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
It's going to be fun. It looks hilarious.
That's going to be great.
It looks so funny. You mixing superheroes with South Park is going to be great. Also, they didn't mention, remember the mobile game? What was that called? The cell phone game?
Oh,
South Park.
It was Phone Destroyer or something.
Phone Destroyer,
yeah. That looked great too, yeah. I agree.
I don't know if that's a companion app or that's, I think
it's just a game,
but yeah.
All right, 10/27, we have two games dropping on the 27th. We have Assassin's Creed Origins and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Both of those games look amazing.
Yes, and the problem with this is, like I said, I'm getting my X, and I can't afford that many games, so I'm not really sure which one I'm going to get, because they're two very different games. Like, I know Assassin's Creed, I know exactly what I'm getting, right? It's going to be climbing buildings, doing assassination missions. It's going to be a lot of collectibles. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein, also absolutely amazing, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the preview for this game they showed at E3. I guess in the preview, what you start off, you're in a hospital, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but you're like paralyzed, or you can't walk right now. And so they have you in a wheelchair. So the whole first part of the demo, you're in a wheelchair, rolling around with a shotgun, and you're shooting Nazis in a wheelchair. And they said there's this part where you go down, you're flying down this ramp in your wheelchair with Uzi in your hand, just shooting Nazis all the way down. I'm like, it's just crazy arcade shooting fun, and it's gonna be amazing.
It looks good, yeah. So it's gonna be a big day, and I'm super pumped for Assassin's Creed 2. Yep. So we're good there. All right, the last one for October is on the 31st. We have Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen. The Dragon's Dogma falls into like the Dark Souls category for me. Those are just hard games that I just don't want to play. So for fans of those type of games, that's out there.
Yeah.
Moves us into November to finish out. So November 3rd kicks things off with a little game called Call of Duty, WW2 or World War II. That game looked great. I was really taken aback. I normally always am interested in what they're doing for Call of Duty, but that game looked really, really good. It reminded me a lot of Call of Duty 2, which was the first game I played on Xbox 360 when I got it on launch day, and so I'm super excited to jump back in. I'm a big history buff. I like historical games, so I'm actually really pumped for this.
Yeah,
year.
It brings back so many memories of playing Call of Duty 1 on PC.
Yep.
Like I mean, it was like weekend after weekend after weekend, having friends over on the and we'd all hang out in my room playing Call of Duty on PC, playing online multiplayer, and playing through the story. And it's great to see them go back to their roots. I'm
Yep.
pretty excited about
No,
that.
I agree. I agree. All right. On the 7th, we have a console coming out called the Xbox One X, which is
Yep.
pretty cool. But then along with that, we have 2 exclusive games also launching. We have Crackdown 3 and
Yep.
Super Lucky's Tale.
Now, Crackdown 3, I will probably buy with the same day as I get my X,
Uh-huh.
because I'm pretty excited for that. Lucky's Tale is actually a VR game on PC, so it's interesting to see they took the VR out and made it an exclusive, platformer on Xbox.
Yeah.
We know the X does VR, so maybe
Maybe there's
you know,
something
we'll
there.
see.
The game actually looks kind of cool. I mean, it look. Let's just be honest. It would have been better if they would have just reskinned the flipping character and called him Conquer. I don't even care if the game was Conquer or not. Just call him Conquer.
Man,
And
the
let's just get
tease
this
the
done.
conference
I
too,
know,
man.
so
The
bad,
orange
man.
tail ran across one way and ran across another way. We're like, it's Conquer. We were all like freaking out. And it was Super
crazy.
Lucky's Tail. Yeah.
All right. Also on the 7th, but not exclusive, is a little game called Fate of the Fury. No, wait a second. Sorry, Need for Speed. Need for Speed Payback.
Right.
So they did reveal the new Need for Speed game on EA's show, and it actually looks really good.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Like Horizons to me is probably like the Horizon 3 is probably the best racing game I've ever played. I like the Burnout franchise. So this kind of seems it's kind of marrying both of them. It looks really great. It's open world, but it has that Burnout crashing, making stuff happen kind of stuff. It looks interesting. I don't know that I'll play it, but it looks interesting. So we'll see.
Cool. Now, I'll let you talk about these last 2 games because honestly, I don't have much interest in them. But I know you are super
You're
hyped.
so dumb. You're so dumb. So
Right.
so the last thing that I have just here is taking us through November, and so that's November 17th. We have both Star Wars Battlefront 2 launching and Lego's Marvel Superheroes 2. So let's start with Lego. Lego Marvel Superheroes to me is probably my second favorite Lego game to date. The first one is Lego The Force Awakens, which was absolutely brilliant. And they really polished up the engine when they released that. It was really, really good. And I feel like they're doing a lot of that with Marvel Superheroes too. But Marvel Superheroes was not based on a specific property or a specific story. It was a completely from the ground up written story, and you could play as anybody in a wide open Manhattan. Looked great. So this is just taking everything cosmic. Kang the Conqueror is the bad guy. So you have this whole thing of time travel and you start the game starts, the demo starts at E3, but the game starts with you on the Milano with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it just from there it just looks absolutely great. I love the Lego games. Cool. I love Marvel, so I'm pumped for that.
Now, before we hop into Star Wars, I want to say recently, my wife and I found out, she doesn't play a lot of video games. We found out she actually really enjoys the Lego games. Now, she didn't like Lego Dimensions because of all the moving on the platform and all the puzzle solving. It just kind of,
it was awful.
She didn't like it. However, when they had the Xbox One backwards compatibility sale, we bought Lego Pirates, which we are almost done with. We've been playing through that. She's loving it. And we also got Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And through Games with Gold, we also have the Lego Star Wars games, some other stuff too.
Yeah.
And recently, because I found out she likes Lego games so much, we went out and bought Lego City Undercover for Xbox One.
Good one. Yep. Co-op
and
on that.
we also bought, to go with it, we bought the Lego Chase McCain for Lego Dimensions. So once we eventually get back into Lego Dimensions, because she doesn't want to go back to it, she just, we'll see.
You're not missing anything.
But so maybe we might check this out because she does like Marvel and she does like Lego. So
It's good.
it's not on my radar, but it might be on hers.
Lego Marvel Superheroes is just so great. So I have very high hopes and high expectations for this game.
Sure.
So, but then so then we'll cap it off with to me what is the best game of the fall, which is Star Wars Battlefront 2. You have Criterion doing dogfights in space. You have Rey and Yoda and Darth Maul heroes. You have a completely from the ground up built story that fills the gap from the basically the Battle of Endor and the destruction of the Death Star 2 at the end of Return of the Jedi all the way through to The Force Awakens, and you're bridging that gap. You have this amazing strong female lead character. There's nothing about this game that does not just make me want to rip my clothes off and run through the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh.
So I just this is my game.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
To Xbox.
This is the game. So that's the fall, man. There's really great stuff. Look, it's a good time to be a gamer. It's a good time to be an Xbox fan. We could talk about the fact that of that list there were only 4 exclusives and only 2 that were actual console exclusives, which is a little disappointing as an Xbox fan. But look, at the end of the day, you have Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed and Battlefront. Like, you have plenty of stuff to play.
Nothing to complain about. No. And honestly, I know a lot of people complain about Play Anywhere because, like, why would I get it on Xbox and why would I buy an Xbox? I can play it on Windows. But for me, I actually really enjoy that because anything I buy, I also get on my PC. Now, not everything's doing it, but a lot of third-party stuff's doing it, like Thimbleweed Park and Snake Pass and some things like that. And Resident Evil 7 was the first Microsoft game to make the Play Anywhere jump, which is really cool. I'm hoping more titles do it in the future. Yeah. Because for some reason, let's say I'm out and about with my laptop or something, I can play it even though I'm on my Xbox with me. Or if for some reason, let's say a generation or 2 down the road, and games aren't backward. I mean, Microsoft's pretty good about making things backwards compatible, just from the fact that it can play 360 games and now original Xbox games. But let's say for some reason the next Xbox can't play Xbox One games, right? Just in theory. I can still boot up my PC. I still have my entire collection. Yep. Not all of it, but I have a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot.
So like Recore and I'm trying to think of all the games, but they're quite a handful.
Gears 4 is on there.
Yep, Gears 4.
Yeah, and pretty much everything going forward now from Microsoft. So Cuphead will be Play Anywhere, and Forza 7 will be Play Anywhere. I think that they've even mentioned Crackdown's Play Anywhere. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Yeah. So almost
every single thing they announced is Play Anywhere. Which, like I said, a lot of people complain, but I really like it.
Yeah,
but okay, guys, what are you excited for coming out this fall? There are so many good games. I know we missed a few. We missed some indie titles, things like that. What did we leave off the list? Let us know. Hit us up in our Facebook group. We want to know. Hit us up on Twitter. And if you're watching the YouTube video right now, comment in the videos down below or the comments down below. We would love that. So, like I said, a lot of awesome games are on the way. Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode, the very first episode of the Xbox Dive. Thank you for sticking around with us, for me and for Chris.
Yep.
As we mentioned multiple times during the show, make sure to find us on our Facebook group and also on Twitter at the Xbox Dive. You're also going to be able to find live streams of us on mixer.com/the Xbox Dive. We're going to start, sort of building that up as well. If you watch this on YouTube, you can always find us on audio version as well on iTunes and the Google Play Store. So make sure to find us there, rate us. We would absolutely love it. Also, if you want to check out other great podcasts, we are part of a group called dayspace.com. So we are on there. The Nintendo PlayStation podcast is on there. There's all these great shows, Nintendo Nostalgia is on there. So if you love things outside of Xbox, check out these other great shows over on dayspace.com. As for myself, you can find me on Twitter and Xbox at Jamester0722. And Chris, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter at NeoLego. I'm a huge self-promoter, so anything that I do that's of note will be there.
Perfect. But like we said, thank you for checking out the very first episode of Xbox Dive. But until next time, guys, we are out.
Bye.